May 5th, 2024. Quick look through the gardens. I got most of the spring maintenance done now. It's coming along looking pretty good. Just gonna give a little bit of a walkthrough. I just put this cherry in the spring. It's a multi-graft from Dinter's. Got some Royal Anne, some Bing, some Glacier, and some Rainier. Probably need to get better labels on that. Looks like they're fading already. We got a pomegranate. Variety is Favorite. It came from an air layer I put it in last year. I have one in my greenhouse, and this is an air layer off of that. So it's looking pretty good. It's just getting set to bud out now. They do well in this climate, but they are deciduous here, so they lose their leaves. Got a little Feijoa mammoth variety. All the Feijoas took a little bit of a beating late February when it warmed up, but they're starting to bud out again. I got a black or English walnut, Persian walnut, man region. A couple of blueberries at the end of this row. Some wisteria seedling. Got some swarm traps up. Bees are getting pretty hot, so I got a pawpaw, and they're just getting set to open. They haven't turned purple yet. These flowers turn nice and purple, and then they stink. So I've got these old wasp traps here that stink to attract flies for pollination. We got a Illinois everbearing mulberry. This one doesn't do as well as the other one down there, but it got buck rubbed 2 years ago, and it's kind of struggled. Doesn't seem to like its spot as much. Nicely in bloom quince. That's in the apple family, in case you don't know about it. Makes a really good rootstock for apples and pears. Had a little bit of a split in it last year when I was pruning, so I've got it taped up still. I've got a red plum. I don't actually know the variety name, but it's dug up from a seedling. Another mammoth Feijoa. This one came back after getting run over, so it's looking good. Another quince. That one's a little younger, but it's catching up. We got a little bee doing its thing. Kind of a rainy day. Another pawpaw. This one has got the most flowers on it. I counted over 50. So hopefully they'll cross-pollinate, or I will cross-pollinate them. I put this apple in this spring. Can't remember what came out of here. An old plum died, I think. This is Aiken. And just a reminder, if you're putting in new apple trees and they're flowering, if they're young like that, just pinch the flowers off. They're too young to be bearing fruit, so give them a couple years in the ground. Medlar. Beautiful tree. I haven't done anything with the medlar fruit yet. You can kind of make a concentrate jam, like a apple butter or something out of it. And then another quince. We got I believe this one is Fuji apple. An unknown variety of whatever they are. You know what I'm talking about. That one's Desert King. Figs. There we go. Desert King is producing. We got some Hascap berries, some Jostaberry here. There's another bee hanging out. That looks more like a bumblebee. Yeah, unknown fig. And we got a Tennessee persimmon. Had fruit last year, but I didn't try it. This is another Feijoa. It's the oldest one I have. We did get fruit off that last year. Red Bartlett pears coming in. This one also has some other stuff on it. Maybe Bosch. Maybe yeah, Bosch, Red Bartlett, and Anjou. This is green Bartlett. I've got a Kosui graft at the top of that. Cherry. That was a rescue from our old house. Put this peach in, or hardy red nectarine. It's got pretty bad leaf curl right now. Got sulfur on it. One more pawpaw. This one does not have blossoms, but it's looking good. This is Granny Smith. It's just loaded with blossoms. I got some more Hascap, blueberry, some volunteer apples. I've got Fuggles, hops, Cascade, and Mount Hood here. I'm working on this volunteer apple, doing a espalier with all my own grafts on it. You can see the tags from last year are all red. And then we got another medlar here. Another cherry, which came from the old house. This is my mature multi-graft tree. There's at least 20 varieties on here, probably more. This one's diseased. It's a multi-graft that I moved. I'm gonna cut it out after this year. Same with this one, diseased. You can see the pink flowers from the grenadine apples. It's another existing multi-graft. There's a good 20 varieties on that, but it is also diseased. Probably leave it, but we'll see. A plum tree. I don't know what variety this is, actually. Green Gage, maybe. Then I've got one graft of that same red plum on there. Gonna air layer that one off. There was an apple diseased here that I pulled out this spring and put some drainage tile and planted one of my apple trees that I grafted. Top of this is Ellis Bitter, and then I put some Aiken on here last week. Pawpaw that died back last year is coming back. We got a raspberry patch. These are ever bearing. They're not that good. We got some wisteria in bloom. We got a seedling walnut from the old house that's actually doing great. It's outgrowing the other one. Blue damson plum. And another pawpaw. It's got kind of a split trunk. I tried to air layer this one off, which didn't take, and it healed right back up. So I don't know, I'm just gonna let it go as a split trunk. It's my Asian pear. Kosui, my favorite. Tanahashi. A few others. There's Anjou on this as well. Shenesiki's on here. This Feijoa fared the worst, but I do see some buds starting on here. We got another mulberry. Illinois everbearing again. It had a split. I think I'm going to end up having to cut that off, but we'll see. This used to be Flemish Beauty pear, but I've been grafting it over because they get really bad scab here. So it's mostly Kosui and Anjou on here. All the red tags have taken. There's the graft from last year, 2 years ago. They're all taken off. So that's doing great. This is a multi-graft stone fruit. I believe this is blue damson. Harglow apricot in the center. Frost peach out here. Hasn't really ever done anything. Then we got a brown turkey fig here. It's doing well. All kinds of potted up seedlings and stuff. Got some more hops in the back. This one's Canadian red vine. I think there's Nugget over there. Got a couple of grapevines here, Suffolk and Concord. Got some goji berries in the back, along with my wisteria. Italian prune plum by the greenhouse. Veggie beds. Got some apple grafts coming in. I already showed a video of those. Got some more propagation stuff here mixed in with the bees. Another grapevine back here. I'm not actually sure what it is. I think I lost the label. It might be a Concord. It came from the old house. I got Zeus hops here. I think we've got Galena and can't read that one. Magnum. And then one more hop, which is Chinook. Then we have some nut trees, which I'm not quite sure what they are yet. This tag says heart nut. There's probably some walnut, black walnut. This has pecan. I think this is a pecan. Goji berry on the fence. An old apple tree you can see tucked. That's the one I dug up this spring and tucked in there. Got some hazelnuts, goji, a pecan, some more hazelnuts, wisteria, some mint down there, some more wisteria. That's pretty much it for the garden tour. Finally getting caught up. And this year I'm gonna put in a shade garden up where the jet ski is. And I'm gonna put all my propagation plants in there. That's pretty much it. It's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how things are. Now we can focus on the bees. A little more irrigation work to go, but looking good. Thanks for checking it out.